Welcome to this session on importing a space program. So in this session, we're going to place spaces by importing them from a program that is in an Excel spreadsheet. So this is the Excel spreadsheet. Here you can see we have a list of different spaces that need to be laid out for the food market or the grocery store. We have the programmed area here also listed as the actual area. At this point, these match up. And then we have other data as well, such as the ceiling height needed for these spaces, ceiling materials, the ceiling finish, floor materials, any data that we might already know about those spaces before we even place them. And so we're basically going to import all that data into the model. So let's go ahead and close the spreadsheet. So I'm going to go up to the Space tool and select the Space from Program option. It's going to open the Space Planning Wizard. And we're going to go to this first tool right here in Import Spaces. So that opens the actual Import Wizard. I'm going to select Next. Then I'm going to go find the file, the Excel file with all the data in it. So I'll browse, and this will be in the Workset Designs folder, and it's called Market Program. So I'm just going to select that and select Open. Now you can choose a worksheet. There's only one worksheet in that file. It's labeled Market Sales Area. And we're going to check this first box here. The first row does contain headers or field names. And then we'll select Next. And what we want to do is match up those field names or headers with properties in the data group system. And we can select this option here, Best Match, so that will try to match them up automatically. And if you've named them, fairly similar to the actual properties, then it'll do a pretty good job of matching those up. But if not, I'm going to scroll down. There's a couple we didn't get. We can just pull down and select from our properties. So we're looking for the Omni class classification and the energy analysis space type. It's right there. And we can preview here the data that will get brought in. Then I'm going to select Next. Tells me that no errors were found, so that's good, and we're going to finish. Now, if I had previously had a space program in here, it would ask me if I wanted to overwrite that file, and of course you could select yes. And now we have a list of the spaces that need to be placed with their areas, as well as the other data that was in that spreadsheet. So now we'll start placing the spaces from this dialog. So we're just going to select the first space here, which is the produce section of the market. And now this tool is highlighted, which is to place an individual space. And it brings up the placement dialog. Notice that we've locked the area so that we make sure we placed the actual area. We can select our origin. I'm going to select that lower left-hand corner. And then I can adjust either the length or the width, and then the other will adjust accordingly. And we kind of want to place it here where it shows up on our sketch. And that's actually, it looks like about 3 bays of our floor there. We have 25-foot bays. So I'm going to actually make my length here 75. And then the width will just adjust to maintain that area. And then I can just place that space on my plan. I'll just zoom in here. I'm just going to kind of find the intersection there of the storefront and the column line there. And that has placed our produce space. We can see the tag in there. If I hover over it, we can see the outline. Let's try changing the display style. Turn my isolate back on. Might make it a little easier to see those spaces. And note in the dialog, it's crossed that space off the list so that I know that space has already been placed and it's in the model. And then we'll just go to the next space. And again, select the place space. We're going to keep the same length and we're going to place this one right above our produce space. And we can just go through our list, placing the spaces. We don't necessarily have to place them in the order they are on the list. We can place them as we want in the plan. For instance, if I want to come place the beverages now, I could select that, place. Now this is only one bay, so I'm going to put the length in as 25 and just select the intersection. And we'll just continue to place spaces till everything on the list is placed basically where it exists in the sketch. Once all the places have been placed in the model from our list, we have a rough layout of the grocery store with the spaces, including the data that was in the spreadsheet. And then we can go in and use some of our modify tools as we did earlier to reshape the spaces to fine tune the plan. And we'll do that in the next session.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.